Hey everybody, it's Christine up with a fun new layout for simple stories today. I am using the Homegrown collection, which features all kinds of farm, country, fun, whimsical designs and colors. That was a long description. So you can see right now I've got this red patterned paper out, and this is looking kind of like an old barn with wood planks. And so what I'm doing is I'm trimming along the lines of the patterned paper, and then I am adhering that onto a 10-inch circle. And the reason I'm doing that is just to change the paper up a little bit. Could put it on just as a straight up 10-inch circle as I've already cut it in, but by doing this, I'm going to pull it up and be able to play up the rustic feel a little bit more. So I'm just following the lines, and sometimes if they're thinner lines, I'm following two lines and going all the way up. You'll notice that, yes, I cut the red circle, but I also cut it in a base that would coordinate. I could have done red or like gray or white or something like that. So I did kind of a really, really light gray, so that whatever shows behind it won't clash. I didn't want to use like blue spare cardstock or something like that. So you can see I've got those all, I'm lining them all up again, and then I am pulling up one edge. And again, that just plays up the rugged look. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is get my base cardstock ready. So I'm going to use just this white cardstock from Simple Stories, from their basics. They have one side that's just totally plain and textured, and one side that's textured with very light colored polka dots. I'm using the light colored gray polka dot side. And then I'm going to add my circle on. I'm just going around right now and making an inch border all the way around with my ruler, just marking it out so that I can get it centered on there just right. And then I'm going to add that on, making the lines go horizontally, as you would expect on barn wood, not vertically. So just a note on that. And then I'm going to start building in my picture. So these pictures are of my son last year with a friend from church. He went to their farm and helped feed baby calves, and it was a fun experience. I was in a barn. The lighting wasn't great, obviously. so the pictures are not the best ever, but it was a really fun memory. And so I did the best I could with editing the pictures and making use of them. As soon as I saw this collection, I knew it was going to be perfect for that. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to punch out a whole bunch of hearts using this cow patterned paper. Now this patterned paper comes in the 12 by 12 size, but it also is in the 6 by 8 paper pad. Because of what I'm using it for, I'm going to use it in the 6 by 8 paper pad because the scale is a little smaller. And so it allows more of the pattern to show in my hearts. And then I'm taking my hearts and I am layering them along the edge of the circle. So basically I'm creating a scallop background with hearts. So I am overlapping the left side of each heart with the right side. So only one side of each heart will actually be exposed. And if you just watch, it's a lot easier, I think, to watch than to verbally explain what I'm doing. And honestly, if you punch out some hearts and just start doing it yourself, I think it makes a lot more sense as well. So you can see I'm going to go all the way around doing that. I do have a border strip right now underneath my pictures. That's going to come up. I thought I was going to use that, but decided against it. But I'm just going to keep working all the way around the whole layout. And you can see I'm just using a very basic heart punch. This one is a little more of a wider heart in that it's got more of a horizontal feel to it than a vertical feel. So it's kind of, it works really well for this. And I'm just tucking each side under a little bit with adhesive. I'm not doing a lot to it. Now, jumping ahead and having these all on there, I'm going to do the next thing, which is going to be adding a small 3D foam adhesive piece underneath each of the heart tops, if you will. So like under one petal essentially. And I'm going to do that all the way around. So it's going to make one part of the heart pop up, and it's going to be that exposed part all the way around, just adding some cool dimensions. I've got this funky scalloped dimensional look going on that is just totally unique, and I have no idea where it even came from. I was just moving hearts around and this is where it landed, and then I was like, oh, dimension would be cool. And definitely you want to check out the close-ups on this one because it has just some really unique elements on it in creating the background between the red and the cow scallops. Now I'm going to get those pictures on there. As I mentioned earlier, I've got 2 of them. They are 4x6 that I trimmed down to 3.5x5. And I'm going to put this green paper behind it. This is also from the 6x8 paper pad. And again, it's, there's lots available in the 12x12, but I'm already working with a size that I don't need the whole 12x12. I didn't need to cut into the whole 12x12, so I just went with the 6x8 there. And I love the way the green complements the red and black and white at this point. Then I'm going to add my title on the farm, which comes from the page pieces. And then I'm going to kind of thumb through the different ephemera, both the journaling bits and pieces and the regular bits and pieces, to see what I want to use and kind of give you a little bit of a peek at all the different options available. I'm definitely drawn to the sunflowers, and I like the pop of yellow that they bring in. I also like this little blue banner, so I'm going to work those into the whole thing. I am going to build in my visual triangle with the title, so both sides of the triangle on the bottom will be around my title. Using some of these sunflowers, I'm going to use a little pig, use some enamel dots, all those things to build up that whole thing. There are a lot of sunflowers available within this collection, both in the stickers and the ephemera, and also in the pattern papers, even if you want to fussy cut some out. So lots of options there, as well as a variety of sizes. So I'm adding some of those on now and kind of just building a scene around my title. And I've got then this fun, whimsical feeling continuing along with it. And I just totally went all in for it with the sunflowers. Again, even though there's not sunflowers in the pictures, even though there's not a pig in the pictures, I'm just playing off of the theme that's there and pulling out colors that look good, as well as just, hey, that fits there and it looks cute, which is the story of the pig. All those things, come together to make a cool layout. Whereas if I try to force something like, say, that barn that you can see in the right-hand side of my photo, I'd love to get that in there because it would match great, but it just doesn't fit. It doesn't fit the design I've got going on right now, and so I'm not going to force an element to work on there that may not work. I'm going to pull out a little blue journaling strip to tuck underneath, and I will add my journaling to that. There was one specific one, there it is, that I really like, and it actually comes from the page pieces instead of the journaling bits and pieces. A note for you, the journaling bits and pieces in this collection are perhaps the cutest ones ever. Absolutely adorable. So many cute designs. You have to check those out, especially if you love cute journaling pieces. That these ones I just I will be using those, probably the whole pack throughout, because they are just so stinking cute. I'm going to finish off my triangle, adding to the top of the layout using, again, sunflowers and that blue banner that I had pulled out earlier. And then I'm going to add some yellow enamel dots throughout. I went for yellow enamel dots. These come with the collection, and this one I just, again, playing off of that sunflower, bringing out one more color in the whole thing. I'm going to just use those around my clusters, not too many today, just a few sprinklings here and there. And that will be it. So I hope you've enjoyed this really detailed technique layout. If you have any questions, feel free to post them in the comments down below. And be sure to head over to Simple Stories and check out the close-ups of this layout. Lots of fun going on. We will see you again next time.